Hello everyone, it's Kathy Schmitt, the Backyard Stamper, and tonight is episode 17 of my Craft Your Stash series. This series is all about using the products that you have, mixing old with new, and dusting off those favorites that you have stashed, especially DSP that we all love so much that we hoard. So I'm going to make 3 cards tonight, and I also have some samples to show you. And this bundle, or this suite, is called Florals Abloom. And is that right? I named it wrong in my, Floral Impressions. See, I named it wrong, and I had to go back and change it up. So anyways, this is an online exclusive, and there's also one in the catalog that I'm going to show you that's really similar but different. So let me flip the camera and we'll get started tonight. Oh, there's my iced tea. Let me move that out of the way. Okay, so I'll put that right there. Okay, so what we're going to use tonight is this Floral Impressions suite collection. And when it's a suite, it comes with the whole shebang. So in this case, it comes with Floral Impressions designer paper, the foiled frames and label ephemera pack, the Impressions Abloom bundle, which is the stamp set and the coordinating dies, the pressed flower embossing folder, and I'll show all of these, and the strawberry slush gems. So here's another close-up of the products. So when you have a suite, you can do one code number and pay one price and you get the whole shebang. Or you can buy it a la carte. You can buy all of these individually. You can bundle your stamp set and the dies, and when you bundle them, you save 10%. So you can go a la carte or get it all. So let's get started here. I just knocked my stuff on the floor. So let me show you the paper, because this paper is gorgeous. So it's Floral Impressions, and it has a variety of flowers in a multitude of colors. And the B side is fantastic, and we're going to use the B side on one of the cards. So it's got the big florals, the smaller florals. Look at this. It's not really a sunflower, it's a brown-eyed Susan. And I've seen people do this use the sunflower embossing folder and this paper, and oh, gorgeous. But look at how bright and cheery these are. And here's the B side. This one would make great masculine cards. You know, there's a couple little flowers, but with all the green and the foliage, it's perfect for the guys. And the B side is Pool Party. And look at this pretty one with all the pinks and purples. And they're small, so you can use it as a background really easily. And look at the strawberry slush pattern. Love it. And then this one here is one of my favorites. It's got Misty Moonlight, Secret Sea, some Pool Party, Petunia Pop, Garden Green, all sorts of goodies. And here's the B side. So the coordinating colors are Crushed Curry, Darling Duckling, Fresh Freesia, Garden Green, Misty Moonlight, Old Olive, Peach Pie, Pecan Pie, Pool Party, Pretty in Pink, and Strawberry Slush. So pretty. So that's the paper, and it is a 12 by 12 pack. The stamp set has some nice sentiments. I appreciate you. Thanks so very much. Thanks for being there. You know, really nice. And then it's two-step on the flowers, but I'm going to show you, you don't really have to have two-step. So we'll go through that. And then the Impressions of Blooms dies, I've got a bunch out, that's why this looks so empty, but it's got this big oval and there's another oval, and the second oval I'm going to show you cuts the outside and the inside, so you end up with a frame. So yay. The last thing that this, well, not the last, but one of the other things is this embossing folder. It is called Pressed Flowers, and you can see it comes up about halfway. So I did this cardstock. I don't know if you can see it there. You can see it there. And I didn't like that it didn't go all the way to the top on my paper. So we're not going to use it, but I did want to show you. Oh, Stephanie, I will be thinking of you and sending you some good energy. You have been through so much, and hoping that this surgery is the final in that journey and you can close the book on it. So I'll be thinking of you and praying for you. Hi Ian, how are you? These are the Strawberry Slush and Pretty in Pink gems. I love these. They're so pretty. And what I like to do is cut off the side, and then you can slide it out, and then I'm going to cut the top off too, just so I don't forget to use the ones under the flap. But these have little gold speckles in them. You can kind of see it on the clearer ones. Really pretty. So then I'll just put that, and we'll just tuck those back in. All right, so let's get started. Oh, one more thing. Let me just show you in the catalog. Like I said, this is an online exclusive, but in the catalog there is another suite that looks similar. And the I had to really study it, and I studied the dies too because I wanted to make sure that I got the one that I'm going to use the most. So this one is called the Florals in Bloom, and this other one's Floral Impressions and Impressions of Bloom, so it's easy to get them confused. But this one is a mega suite with 2 stamp sets and this wonderful paper. This is gorgeous paper as well. And the reason I picked this bundle is I liked the way the flowers come together a little bit better. Not that I don't love these flowers, love them totally, but I thought this was more, I'm going to get more use out of it. So we'll get crafting and we'll see what y'all think. All right, our first card, let me just get organized here, is going to be one, and I can't remember if I showed you this or not, but I made this before. I made this, but this is that other paper. So I wanted to remake it using the correct paper. So this is basic white thick for my card base. I forgot my bone folder. And let's see here. We're going to just cover that little spot right up. I embossed a piece of Darling Duckling using the crochet embossing folder, Crafting My Stash. And I'm going to put that right on top. And when you use these embossing folders, this one is mine, but Tracy Dutchison did this swap card, and I cased it for a card class that I had. So, but when you use the embossing folders, I find liquid glue is the better choice for adhesive. And just, you know, stay away from the edges so you don't get it all oozy goozy. And so that looks like that. And then this is Timid Tiger, and I've got my pieces here, and I had them in order, so let's see if I can figure out my scene again. Let's see, these two go together, so I think this one goes over there. Yeah. So we will start with the middle. Actually, I'm going to start with the outside ones, and I'm going to use a little liquid glue so I can wiggle if I need to. And I'm just going to set them down but not adhere. And there's more of a margin at the top than at the bottom than the sides. I'm just saying, that's not a goof. And the reason is I wanted to cut my paper for my class at 4 inches, and Tracy's was like 4 1/4, or it might have even been 4 1/2. And I wanted to get the 3, you know, the most out of that 12 by 12 piece. So I'm just putting them, I'm trying to get them even on the bottom. Okay. Like so. Looks a little crooked. I think this piece is cut crooked. Looks like it. But it's okay, because that sort of thing doesn't bother me at all. There. So there's my scene, and just adding the little gap in between just adds that little, you know. Now, before we put this down, I'm going to take, this is garden green ribbon from long ago, and crafting my stash, I am using it up. So what I like to do is put a glue dot on the end of my ribbon, and it looks like I went up about so high, and then I'm going to wrap that around, and I'll put a glue dot on the other side too. Was it your good team of doctors today too, Stephanie? All right, and then that is going to get glued down. So I am going to make sure you cover your ribbon so that it doesn't decide to walk on you. This is a quick card, and it uses up a lot of the scraps, because you can make your strips as long as you want. You can turn your card this way and make them shorter. So that is a great card to use up those swaps. Oh, Stephanie, I asked you if you had your good team of doctors working with you. And a scrap piece of paper. There. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp my thanks so much in garden green. And let me just make sure I can keep an eye on the comments. Okay. So what I'm going to do is stamp this on garden green. Lost my train of thought there for a minute. And let me get out a little scrap piece. So I was watching the virtual album retreat, because it started yesterday and it's going on today and tomorrow. And Sarah was demonstrating a page, and she had the ink block all covered with ink all the way around, because she said she's a really heavy-handed stamper. And yeah, it was pretty funny. There. She definitely had a mess going. Let me just grab my scrubby pad here. I love using my scrubby pad from back in the day. I just think it cleans the stamps really nice, and it conditions them, and it also is good on those photopolymers when you first take them out of the package to get the gunk off. But I do use my chamois a lot. That's funny. Okay, so now I'm using this old punch called Decorative Label, because that's what fit on my card and in my greeting. And these kind of punches, once you get them, hang on to them, because you never know, and they're perfect for all occasions. So I have that, and then before I put that on, let me stamp my inside of my card too. I appreciate you. There. Yesterday was my dad's birthday. He turned 86, and it was so fun. My brothers and their kids were putting in, I put a Facebook post up, and the kids were making videos of the little ones singing happy birthday, and to both my mom and my dad. Yes, I just received your Christmas swap, I think yesterday. So I'm a little behind. It's been so busy at work. I'm like, really? Okay, I think what I did is I used Darling Duckling and I stamped off. So I am going to do that like that. And then on my tag as well. And I'm just gonna go right over it like that. Just enough to give it a little something something. And then the last is the little inside for my doodad inside, and then we'll decorate our outside and we'll move on to the next card. That's Timid Tiger, and we'll just put a little bit there. So, almost done with card number 1, you guys. I thought, well, I'm going to do a card first that I've done before, because the other two, I haven't made my sample yet. So it's in my head and it looks great. So hopefully it comes out great too. All right, so we've got this, and now I'm going to just put my little doodad with some dimensionals. And what you want to do with dimensionals is straddle your ribbon as much as possible. So I'm going to put my dimensionals high and low and let that ribbon come right down the channel here, because it doesn't like to stick on the ribbon. The ribbon tends to bounce across your page when there's a dimensional on it. So just like so. And now I'm going to decorate with my flowers. So I cut out these with the dies, and then I just stuck some on the glue dots, and that way they're ready to go. So I'm going to do that, and I've got a little yellow doodad and some leaves. Just like that, and that's it. What do you think? Pretty nice, huh? And these extra guys are for another card. All right, so that's card number 1. We'll set that aside and bring it back after. Oh, remind me to do my envelope when I do my next card, so we can do all the envelopes kind of with the same floral. Or we can just, if there's enough time, I'll just use the designer paper and do the flap, because that's another way to use up your DSP. Okay, so this is card number 2, and I thought, well, this is the one that I have my card sketch that's going to be on the blog with the free printable, and we'll go, and I have the measurements on it as well, and the supplies I used for this card. So this is Strawberry Slush Base, 8.5 by 5.5, scored and folded at 4 1/4. And then I have a piece of cloud cover, which I love. All right, so that's going to get put down like so. And I did not fold that straight at all. So let me pop this off for a second and get make my corners kiss, because they are way out of whack. There. Much better. All right, we'll go ahead and put this down. And remember with the liquid glue, if you can see it, then you have enough glue for your project. Okay, so now this is the frame. So let me show you what it looks like. So yeah, I have it on a piece of scratch paper. I run it through my cut and emboss machine, and what comes out is the frame and a smaller oval. But there's also a second oval that's slightly bigger, so you could mat it if you wanted to. See how it's just that little bit bigger? Or what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the bigger frame and glue my little frame down on it. So these ovals are great, and I don't remember having any kind of a die of that size oval in the past, so that will probably stay in my collection. Okay, so that was scrap. So now I've got my card here, and then I've got, these are all the B sides. Remember how I said I'm using the B side? These are 1 3/4 by 1.5. We have 6 different sheets patterns that are double-sided, so you have 12 designs. So I did a color block with 6 of all of the pattern pieces. So I'm just doing a little patchwork, and now the trick to getting them straight. Let's see. Let's see if I can do it. All right. Now my middle is going to be kind of covered up, so I'm okay with pushing, having a little more space in between them in the center. And this is a card, like I said, you can go horizontal or vertical with it. Let's put the corner ones down. Try to get them a little bit. So I was saying about the virtual scrapbooking, it's been great. I've only been watching it. I haven't had time to play because it's kind of comes on at 4 o'clock my time, and I'm just getting off of work. I got chores to do, and you know, I can't, and then it goes to midnight and I got to get up at 5, so that's probably not going to work. But it's going to be recorded, so I'll be able to do it. And maybe it'll be in the wintertime when it's snowing outside. I don't know. But I will watch it and get my pages done. So let me grab my glue, my craft sheet, and let me do my stamping first. So here's where I haven't done this yet. So I haven't my oval's going to go there, and I'm going to build some flowers right along here. So I need a greeting that's going to go right in this area. And since I already made the thanks card, I thought maybe I'll do something different. I've got the Simply Said, and we could do hello. That's probably not big enough. The Just a Note would look nice. Birthday wishes. Let's see what else I brought. Oh, so this one, I love this one. This is the Peace on Earth, the new stamp set, and I love this. Big hugs for a good friend. So I think I'm going to do, a birthday wishes. Let's see if I put it like that, and then my flowers can come along that way. I think that will take up a little bit of real estate where I need it to. And let me get these out of the way. We're going to use our flowers again. So I'm just going to put these over here. And I've got my strawberry slush and my block. All right. So I've got, this is Simply Said, and this is in the catalog. And I love this set. This is such a versatile word set. And I also like that there's long strips and more chunkier ones. All right, so we've got this. Let me test that. Where'd my paper go? Oh, I don't. Oh, there it is, way over. I don't know how it got way over there. I must have chucked it. Okay, so let me just stamp that a couple times to kind of get the stamp to behave. Let's see how it's a little bit bubbly. So it's getting better now. There. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and put our birthday wishes down. Perfect. Alright, so now I can go ahead and put this down on my card front, and I am going to, I'm thinking I want to not pop that up. All the flowers are going to be popped up, so that's going to make it kind of poppy. But it would look so cute. All right, we'll decide when we get there. Let's glue this on first. The way I'm going to do it is I'm actually going to put my dots of glue right on my oval instead of trying to handle the piece. So I'm just putting teeny tiny dots right along the edge. There. So I just went around and did dot, dot, dot all the way around with the fine tip glue. And now I'm going to put that down, and once you get it in one spot, try to not have it stretch out. And I gotta come it back a little bit. There we go. Let's see. All right. So that looks pretty good. Maybe popped up. Let's see after we get our flowers done. We'll build it on here and then we'll. So this is what I did. I was like, it took me a half an hour. I'm like, I want a yellow center and I want a pink this and an orange that. And then I said, forget it. So I spent another half an hour and I just ran through strips with all the flowers on them. Every one of them. Centers and everything. And then I can just punch out the ones I want. And I have these taped together because the inner one embosses for you. And let me grab my my stamp set so I can put these right inside on the die sheet. It's not even in there. There it is. I don't want to lose them. You know, I can't find my party piggy. I have no idea what happened to it. So I have one die and that's it. So I'm going to punch out all these real quick. You'll see how easy they are and the detail that comes with them. And that's why I think this stamp set, I picked this one over the other one. The other one has a couple of details, dies in it, but I thought that I would get more use out of this one. So if you're watching and can comment, tell me where you're at. If you have this, any part of the suite, when they had the suite sale, I was buying the gems that are part of the suite. So I could get them at a good price because I love all the embellishments. All right, so this is coming along. I'm sorry, I just want to show you how fast you can make a whole bucket load of flowers. Too bad they don't grow that fast in the garden. Or that easily, right? And I like these the little baby flowers here. These are really nice. You can use those as accent pieces instead of the gems. So see, just a little strip that's like maybe 2 inches by 8.5, and look at all the flowers I got. So I did that with a bunch of different colors. So now we can build our card. So I'm just going to lay this here. Oops, here's a renegade. This one has 2 of these little flowers, so it's really cute. Hello, Michelle from Florida. Thanks for popping on, my friend. All right, I'm struggling here. There we go, getting them all on. Okay, so I've got my dies back. Let me put them back in the bin so I don't lose them. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of dry fit my flowers so I don't have any. I'm going to kind of look for the colors that, so there was a piece of fresh freesia, so I want a fresh freesia. Cloud cover, I like that one, like so. How about a darling duckling? We'll put the darling duckling maybe for the inside. And how about, there's a nice flower here, this one here with the strawberry slush. Isn't that pretty? And then we can, maybe I want the yellow one there. Nope, 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 nope. But I have a lot of strawberry slush, so let me see what it looks like if I do that, the bigger flower. This is cloud cover. You can put that one behind or on top. I don't know. Do you like that one? Or do you like it with this one and this one? So I'm going to grab my leaves and going kind of towards this one, unless you guys tell me you really hate it. And we'll put like a timid tiger center on this one, just because. Nope, we're not going to do that. We're going to put a fresh freesia little button there. Isn't that cute? And we'll do, how about a little cloud cover button for, oh, we could do that one too. All right, while I'm poking, I'm going to just pull out some leaves too. And I like these little, see how you can just do those little ones? Aren't they pretty? So they look great, like, you know, you don't even need to put the gems on. Whoops. I was looking for a cloud cover little doodad for my flower, but I'm gonna, maybe I'll go with the timid tiger after all. But I think I'm gonna put that there. and this one here instead. There. How's that look, guys? If I bring it up a little closer, there's my dry fit. So now we'll get some dimensionals going, and I'm going to put some on glue dots. So this is how I could do my glue dot for this kind of a piece. I'm just going to tear off a strip of glue dots, tuck the end back in my glue dot box, and oh, I didn't have very many on there. That was kind of lame. Long strip, but not. Oh, and I just put that one on upside down. It's staying upside down like so. And then let's see here, let's pull out another strip here, because we still have one more card, and that one's gonna have flowers too, so we can always. So these little guys here, it's really easy to use. You take your pick tool and just pick them up and put them right down on your glue dots until you're ready to use them, like so. All right, and these are gonna get pop dots, and I've got a couple leaves here. Let's put some leaves on. And these, oh, this one doesn't have any. Okay, so there we go. Let's put some dimensionals on these guys that I had an open pack here. I set everything out before I start, and somehow it gets messed up. Oh, look at you guys. Were you yelling at me? Where are my dimensionals? Where are they? Oh, they're right in front of you. Ho, ho, ho. All right, we'll put that in there because we're going to use this little guy. All right, so now, did we decide if we want to pop this up too? I think we do. Let's go ahead and do that. When I have a circle or a, well, in this case an oval, I just make a square on the back with my glue dots. You know, I am using the colors that are in the designer paper, except for it doesn't have Petunia Pop in it, but I love that color. And it doesn't have Granny Apple Green in it either, but I'm going to use that on another card. This is my favorite leaf out of all of them. I love that one. So I'm going to have that come up the side, and then this is going to go like right here. This one's going to go down, and this one's going to go over, and then I'm going to tuck my leaves under. So I need a couple glue dots on this guy here. Oh, I just happen to have 2 left unused. So these have a lot of texture in them, and the glue, you have to be careful if you're using glue, because the glue will seep through and come out these little slits. Ask me how I know. All right, so I'm just putting them like that, and I'm going to put that one right next to it. Oh my gosh, I've got a little bouquet of flowers going here. So cute. All right, and then I have my, what did I do? Oh, right here, my gems. I mean my centers. Let's see, I think I said I'll put that one there, big yellow one on the big, like that, and my Timid Tiger, because I really wanted to get Timid Tiger in there, even though it's not part of the colors. All right. So now I'm just tucking my leaves. You know, I'm not going to fuss over them, but I'm tucking them under like so. Just randomly, a leaf for every flower, right? And every flower gets a leaf. Let's see here. I want it to go. That looks kind of funny like that. I'm going to move this one if I can. I'll put that one down a little farther, and then put this one kind of like that. I love it. And then I need these little flowers here to kind of fill in my gaps. So I've got Timid Tiger, a Strawberry Slush, just going to go down here. How about a fresh freesia? Like that. Oh, I love it. And then the inside is just going to get a piece of a quarter sheet, just like that. And we can stamp. I just wanted to stamp a flower really quick, just like I did on those other ones. I'm going to stamp my yellow. Stamp off. This is the Darling Duckling. And it is a two-step, so I can show you, if you want, how I did the center. I mean, show you the two-step, but I kind of like that, the flower. Oops. I don't know if I like that one. Hold on a minute, I might have to redo. We'll take the best of both sides, right? All right. Yes, I was talking instead of making sure. I'm going to put it on this side because that orange was kind of dark. There. There we go. That's what I wanted. All right. So birthday wishes. We've got a flower. I think we need a leaf. A leaf stamp. That's going to be one of these little guys. This, watch this leaf stamp. This is amazing, the way it stamps. All right, let me clean this little guy, and then like so. Put that away. I'll put it right there. And my leaf. Isn't that neat? So, like that. And then I'm just going to come next to it and do another one. So that's like triple strength, the last one. Remember last week my camera was doing all sorts of wonky things and I was stressing out about it? I ended up, I had downloaded some camera software and I think it was fighting with my streaming software. So now, all right, so we just need to do, I just want to do Let's Celebrate inside. Okay, where did, there's the words. All right. I already have birthday wishes on the outside, so we don't need to say happy birthday again. We're just going to go ahead and put it like so. And like that. Test it, always test it. Oh, perfect. All right, here we go. There. Yay, card number 2 is done. Well, I have to glue it, but other than that, it's done. It's going pretty good, don't you think? Not too long, guys? All right, now, when I do my white on the inside, I do like to use my seal instead of the glue, because no matter what I do, I get little bumpies on my glue, like it shows through. All right, so there's that, and I think we need some sparkle. So let's get out our strawberry slush, and we'll put on some pink little sparkles. All right, I'll put some down here. And then we'll do a darker one too, up there. That adds a little, and I think I'll go back and Wink Estella my flowers. Yay! So pretty! The other gems that would look really good with this are these. These are the 2025, 2027 flat in color pearls. And it's got all the colors too, so. Let me just grab my Wink Estella. so I don't forget. So we'll just start with the centers here, see how that looks. And I'll do my flowers. Pretty, pretty. Do all these guys too. There. That adds the magic touch. So another way to use up scraps is make a little color block in the background, and then you can do whatever you want on the top of it. But having that little color block is a great way to use up the scraps. All right, that's card number 2. Let me just pick up my mess, and we are trucking along for the last one. That is an easy card. So let me just really quickly clean off my stamps and put them away so I have a little bit more room to work. Oh, and I want to do my envelope too. Don't let me forget. All right, I'm not going to use the birthday wishes, so I'm going to take that one off and put that away. And my let's celebrate, I don't know if I'm going to use that, but I'm going to say no. But you never know. I might change my mind because it's my card. I'm trying to think of what kind of cards I need for my card stash. What I really need are guy cards, which I'm not making at all tonight. So I've got to work on designing some guy cards. All right, so these are available. Let me put this leaf here so that I can do my envelope with that. Okay. Push these over, and I've got this. So this is like a layout that I love, and you have seen me do it before, and you'll see me do it again. But let me do it from start to finish. So you take a piece of 12 by 12, watch your direction now. So my card's going to be vertical. So I want to make sure that I cut it so it's 5.5 tall. And this array of flowers works out perfectly for this card. So I'm going to just put that on 5.5 and cut off my strip that you know we can save and use. And now I'm going to pull out my arm, and I'm going to score. Let me move my blade out of the way. And I am going to score at 3, 6.5, and 10.5. When you're scoring designer paper, just careful you don't, because you can rip the paper. Did you like that little sound effect too? Okay, so I'm done with my trimmer for now. So now I'm going to fold. So this is the little 1.5 piece. So that goes there. And then this one comes in like so. And this one folds back. And we'll say, this looks familiar because we just made this card at class, but using different paper. I have 5 packs of the Floral Delight paper, the yellow, beautiful paper. So I need DSP cards to help use them up. So then this makes a little frame, and then you opens, and it opens. So the B side does your framing for you, so it's really easy. So it's going to go top to bottom, match up, and just give you a little 1/8 border. And what I like to do is do it like so, and then I can make sure it's down at the bottom. So let me add some adhesive. Okay, just a dab will do ya. so I'm gonna there. The glue just lets you have that little wiggle room. Like when you just put it on totally crooked, you can still get it off to fix. Alrighty, that looks much better. Alright, so that part's done. Just burnish it well. And then I have my frame. This time I have an orange or a timid tiger little doodad for it. And even though we just did it with the frame, if I do it without the frame, it gets a little lost. So it needs the frame. See the difference with the frame? But I like the way that orange pops right out. So here I'm going to put it on my glue mat, and I'm going to put the dots of glue right next to the edge. Don't try to put them in that 1/8 of an inch, because this is an 1/8 of an inch frame, but it's not all right on top of this white. And actually, I kind of think this might not be my inside of the look piece. Oh no, it is. All right. Okay. Like so. Look at that. I got it down first. Whoops. Spoke too soon. There. Just like so. All right. So now we have to decide what is the sentiment going to be. And maybe I could do it like that. That looks kind of cool, don't you think? Do you like it crooked? I'm not a crooked person, but sometimes it's kind of fun to do that. I really do like things to line up a little better. So I have a piece of basic white and a piece of the old olive, which is my back piece, and I'm just going to cover up that inside layer, which really helps to break up a lot of the flowers. But how pretty is that? All right, so do I want to go? I think I'm going to go straight. All right, now I need a saying for this one, and thanks so much is already on my block. So I think I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do it in, maybe I'll do it in cloud cover. All right, let's see what that looks like first. So this is my cloud cover that I made out of my old bordering blue ink pad. I just inked it up with cloud cover right over it. And I think that looks pretty good, don't you? All right, so we're gonna kind of build our flowers almost the same way, because why not, right? It came out really good. And I'm going to put that just like that. Thanks so much. And that, did you see that little, it just wasn't down enough. So, all right. And I am going to pop this up. So, let's see how it was. I covered it up with my label thing, but it was bordering blue. So, you know, I mean, you can't keep it all, but sometimes it's really good to keep. All right, so I've got a lot of strawberry slush going on here, so I really want to mix up some different colors. And I'm going to bring in some purple this time, and I'm going to still have my orange, and I'm going to bring in that flower this time because I didn't use it the last time. So how I want to build that flower, I thought I would do like a double decker like that and put the dimensional underneath it. So let's go ahead and do that so you can see what I mean. All right. Here's my dimensionals. I'm so sad about the paper snips, and I wanted to get some more pairs because these are my originals. So they are really from a long ago time. But by the time I could get online, nope, I did not wash the bordering blue. I just inked right over it because it's not a stamp pad I had used recently. See how that looks kind of neat? It's not a stamp pad I had used recently, so there really wasn't anything happening with it. And then this card here, I thought it might be kind of fun to do this thing. Now this seriously looks like a Martian eyes. So if we come down like that, that'll be a nice way to add a little pop of green too. And maybe I don't need it that high, but like do something like that. And then something like that. And maybe we'll do this one on top of it, like so. That looks kind of cool. And then we'll build some leaves. I want to put some Granny Apple Green. I didn't cut any old olive ones. Maybe I better stick to the garden green just because matchy matchy. So if I want to go and make this my stem, kind of like that, and kind of like that. Yeah, all right, it's coming together. I know what I want to do. I want to grow some flowers. All right, so I'm gonna add some glue right there. Whoops, and let's kind of keep it on the mat. I'm going to make a Martian. As soon as I can find my pig, I am going to make a pig and Martian dancing together. That sounds like fun, doesn't it? All right, so kind of like that. So let me put that one on there. I only have one of the dies. I don't know what happened to it, but all of a sudden my die came flying off the shelf. So my whole, I must have had it set aside while I was working on the swap cards, but I don't know where the rest of it is, because usually if I do that, I put them in a little like Tupperware just for them. And that one was loose. It went literally flying across the room. All right, so on your stem. Okay, and we'll do it something like that. I have the stamp, I just can't find my die, so I looked up yesterday how much would it cost to buy a new one. Oh, I don't want to have to. All right, so I've got that, and let's see how that looks. So totally different flowers. Oh, I love it. Do you guys like that? And then we'll put some pop of the little guys too in different colors. So let me pop these guys up, which will help hold them onto the Martian eyes. And I will pop up the leaves with a half a dimensional, and then I'm going to glue the bottom of the stem wherever it needs to be. Yeah, exactly. It was flying. I don't know. I'm so upset about it because I really wanted to use that pig card again. We have to make it in my August class at the house, because Anne's going to be flying away to Vermont. So she'll have to have a pig to remember me by. All right, I love it, you guys. I hope you like it. And then I'm going to just, and this is okay that it's going past my Well, that was dumb. I didn't even get it on the frame. Let me move it up a little. Oh, I have all these dimensionals. That one. Okay, it's not going to get moved up, and that's okay, because I dimensionaled it all. So I have, well, that's all right. The glue is going to be there. So look at how nice that looks, and then I can just snip off down here. Actually, I'll put a leaf there, which will help hide the fact that I got glue right there. So we'll go ahead and put a leaf like that. Actually, do I want to have it coming up? Nope, I don't. I want it to kind of come down. You know, I should have used a glue dot right there. No, it's not raining here, but it does look like it's coming our way. So, what do you think, you guys? I think I need one more flower. I really do. I think I need a little flower. Not a lot, just a dab. Just a dot, not a lot. Where's a little flower at here? I know which one I want. Like I want one of these, but I don't want that color. Yeah, and it will cover up that little mess down there. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. We'll kind of put it off to the side so you can still see the stem. All right, and a dimensional for that one. Okay, so now I think on this one, instead of using my little, I'm going to use some of these blings. We'll see how big they are, if they will work for my flower centers. So we'll go ahead and pop that up. And this card is almost done. And you know, I love this die set because you don't have to stamp the flowers, but I taped those together so that the inside and the outside cut at the same time, but you would just take that inside piece off, or you could leave it stamped and then do the whole thing again. But I don't think it's necessary to stamp the flowers and die cut them. If you're going to stamp them, just stamp them inside, you know, or on the envelope. So I really like that. I hope you guys do. All right, and then where's my I appreciate you? Get out my cloud cover again. Stephanie, do you have your old bordering blue? How pretty that is. And then I'm going to stamp my yellow. And I'm going to do a timid tiger inside. So let me get my scrap paper. Stamp off. Bring the flower in. Stamp there. See how you don't need that outside piece? I mean, I can, but for this, I like that it's not like, you know, all there. So we'll do that like so. Love it. And then we'll do that leaf again. And then I'm going to put some centers on this card, and oh, you know what? It's Old Olive, not Garden Green. I'm not sure where my Old Olive is, but you know what? Let's just not put any leaves on right there. Oh, I did it out here because the Garden Green is in the paper too. So, but all right, we're gonna go for it because. So give that a try if you want to try to do your cloud cover, because it really, I think it's pretty darn close. Like so. And now I'm going to tape that onto my Old Olive. put that right inside. I should have put an oval inside, but then I thought it was a little too much matchy-matchy, because you are going to see this, you're going to see both pieces when it's open. So like that, but we need to finish this puppy up. Let's see here. Let me grab some glue dots. Oops, let me close my ink pad. First things first, always close your ink pad. I think I just dropped my flower on the floor too. Oh, I see it. It went flying with my pig. So I can do that big yellow one there, or over here, probably there. Okay, so let's get to work in here. So I need that. I need a little guy. I want a cloud cover if I can find it. And I've got some cloud cover little flowers. I've got enough orange there, so I don't need the orange. Ooh, here's a cloud cover. Oh, I already got that one out there. Here's a fresh freesia though. That'll be nice. And let's see here. How about a purple? Purple on this one and the yellow on that one. And then we'll pick these guys up and we'll put those on. I love this tool. Take your pick tool. Love it. All right, tear that off. I'm gonna fold this back so it doesn't get stuck on top. All right, so now let's build our flowers one more time. Oh, I put that on upside down. Oh, I might be able to peel it off. Let's see. I did. I got it peeled off. All right. One more. There we go. Like so. And then let's put on our little flowers here. I'm going to put a little cloud cover one down in here. Doesn't that look cute like that? And I really need to get a glue dot right there, because I want that to kind of tip back. So I'm going to fold a glue dot, kind of wad it up on the end of my take your pick, and I'm going to just get under that orange flower and squish it down. And there, like that. So see how by doing it like that, now I've popped this part up. It helps if you get the glue dot really like where you want it though, instead of next to it. Okay, so I've got that one. I need my purple one. Whoops, it's not a gem. Oh, I got half my putty on that. And we'll put one more. One more. Ooh, I know. We'll put the strawberry slush one, because I've got a strawberry slush there, but this is going to be away from it, so like that. I like it. All right, like that. What do you think? I got a little adhesive there. Let me grab my eraser. There. Thanks so much. I appreciate you. I did. I made that stuff, the glue dot box. I gave you one in your on stage package. Did you not see that? It was the gingerbread house one. that I made you. I think I made you one. I made one for everybody, so I think I did. But if not, then I owe you one. All right, let me just wink a style of these flowers because they are pretty. There. All right, so let's, oh good, 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 good. All right, so let me clean up, let me put all my little doodads. So now I have a little bucket. So if you spend a half an hour and just pick out a bunch of different colors, run them through like you saw, that whole strip does all of them, just a little strip like that, and run them through, and then you'll have a whole bucket ready to go. I never did my envelopes, guys, and I'm not going to. How about that? I'm just not going to right now. All right, so here are the cards we made tonight. Aren't they pretty? And let me come back and see you guys. So, my hair is drying funky. Yeah, so I see building some flowers in my near future because now I have a whole bucket of these flowers ready to go, and I also have several packages of DSP to use up. But these are so pretty in person, you guys. I hope that you appreciate the flowers that I've grown tonight. So Sunday at 10 o'clock in the morning I will be doing Craft Your Stash scrapbooking, and I got my pictures developed from our Grand Canyon trip, so I'm going to pull back out that weekend adventures or outdoor adventures, whichever one it is. And I had started making the kit, but then I didn't get too far because I didn't know what I wanted to do for my pictures. So I've got my pictures and I'm going to load up my pages on Sunday. So it'll be the first scrapbook page that I've added pictures to since we moved here almost 8 years ago. So yay, I hope you come and see me on Sunday. If not, next week I will be back for another episode. And don't forget, I will have a PDF printable with the measurements and the supplies I use to make this card with the color blocking. So I hope you guys have a great night, and thank you again for popping on, and don't forget to give me a thumbs up. It really helps my channel. I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye.